In this tutorial, I'm going to walk you through installing WordPress on your SiteGround hosting account. We're going to start with you being logged into your SiteGround account, and you're going to go to My Accounts once logged in, and you're going to click on Go to cPanel. Once in your cPanel, you're going to scroll down to your auto installers, and you're going to look for WordPress. From here, it's going to tell you the version of WordPress that's going to be installed, and you can scroll down and it'll show you how much space is required for the installation that is here and how much space you have available on your hosting account. Just ensure that you have enough space available. And then you're going to click on Install Now. Once in this area, you're going to configure your installation. We'll go through the software setup. You're going to choose your protocol, and you can choose HTTPS, meaning that your pages will be secure, or you can choose regular HTTP. You also have the options of HTTP with the www or HTTPS with www. I prefer the plain HTTPS without the www. And then you're going to choose your domain. If this is your first installation of WordPress, you'll normally have one domain here. I host multiple sites on one account, so I have quite a few. So I'm going to choose the domain that I want to install WordPress on now, and I'm going to choose my pbsmarkettraining.com. Next is going to ask me what directory I want to install WordPress in. And if you basically want to manage your entire domain with WordPress, you should leave this blank. And what I want to do is manage the entire pbsmarkettraining.com domain with my one WordPress site, so I am going to leave this blank. Next, I'm going to configure my site settings. So I'm going to name this PBS Market Training. And no need to stress here, you can change this at any time after you've done the WordPress installation. And my site description is just the same thing as the tagline once you're inside of WordPress. So I'm just going to say a training center for PBS Market. Now I'm going to scroll down and it's going to ask me my admin account information. I'm going to choose something simple. I usually like choose PBS Market admin here. And you can choose anything you like, or you can leave it default. And it's going to ask you for an admin password. You can leave the default here, or you can key in whatever you want, whatever you like. And it's going to tell you your password strength if you decide to change this. So I'm going to decide to leave it as is. And I usually like to copy and paste. It's going to email it to you, but I like to be safe. I'm just going to copy and paste that password on a notepad just so I'll have it later. And it's also going to ask you for an admin email. So I'm going to change this. And that's where all of where WordPress will send me any emails relating to administrative things on the site. My site language, I'm going to leave that as English. I am not going to select any plugins, and this gives me the option to choose a theme, and I'm just going to choose whatever is here by default, because you can change the theme once you've set up your WordPress site. So now I'm just going to press install. And it's going to give me a progress of the installation. So as you can see here, it's checking the submitted data, and this percentage is moving. So I just wait for this to complete. And then I get congratulations, the software was installed successfully. Once your installation is complete, WordPress is going to tell you exactly where you can find your site, and that'll be the domain you entered, as well as your administrative URL, and it will provide it to you as a link. You can go ahead and click on that link, and it'll take you directly into your WordPress site. So this is your main dashboard once you're in WordPress. If you're new to WordPress, you can go through the items and the next steps and the more actions under the Welcome to WordPress block here. And once you've configured all of these things, you can dismiss it, because these are more of items that you're going to want to use when you're first setting up your site. Over here, you'll find your left-hand navigation, and this is where you're going to find things like your posts, your pages, how to set the appearance on your site, things like plugins, and your WordPress settings. One of the first things you're going to want to do once you have your WordPress site installed is go in and change your theme. So here you can see some of the themes that are already installed on the site. So right now it looks like I have a theme called Layers. I have 2015, 2016, 2017. So what I'm going to do is go in and try to find some additional themes. So let's go and look under WordPress.org themes and do some browsing here. Just going to scroll. And for my purposes, this business spa theme looks pretty interesting. So what I'm going to do is just hit install and preview. And now, as you can see, I now see my preview of business spa theme, and I can go in and do some customizations to it. And what you would do is just look around and go through all of the features of the theme that you've selected. And basically all themes are different, so you'll pretty much just have to play around with it and go through the different options. And WordPress will give you a demo of the options that you're choosing, how they would look on your site. Another thing that you're going to want to do once you've set up your site is to go in and make some changes to your settings. The first changes we're going to make is to our permalink structure. And here, it's pretty much a best practice to go in and use your post name. And this just determines what the URLs are going to be for each one of your posts. So for me, I want my URLs to be pbsmarkettrainingcenter.com/ whatever the title of my post is going to be. And that's usually best for search engine optimization. So I've gone in and I've made that selection. I'm going to scroll down and just click Save Changes. The next thing I'm going to do is just go into General and see what settings I need to update there. So I'm okay with my site name and my tagline. I chose those when I was installing my WordPress site. I'm also okay with my WordPress address and my site address. They do have the HTTPS as I stipulated. So I'm okay with that. I'm okay with my email address. I do want to scroll down and take a look at my time zone. So I'm in the Eastern time zone, so I want to go ahead and fix that. There we go. So now I have my time zone set, and you can go in and choose what you want your date format and time format to look like. And I really like how they have the month written out, the day and the year. I'm okay with that. And I'm just going to change my time format to have AM or PM in all caps. I'm okay with my week starting on Monday. And then I'm going to go in and hit Save Changes. So those are just a few of the things you can do when you first come in to your new WordPress installation. There are tons of options and things for you to configure and change. That's the beauty of WordPress. You can make it your site, your blog site, look exactly how you want it to look. Thank you, and I've showed you how to install WordPress on your SiteGround hosting account.